home of the wire. Candy coated secrets you see me. Manifest my dreams, they wanna be me. How I do it, so questions when they see me. So blessed, they think I got a genie. Candy coated secrets you see me. Manifest my dreams, they wanna be me. How I do it, so questions when they see me. So blessed, they think I got a genie. I am like dopamine, you can't control this substance. You don't want smoke me, you couldn't handle my substance. He gave me life and assured me abundance. I don't speak broke, sis, I am abundant. My ex, yeah, he's a clown, making fake pages to watch me now. Climbing to the top, they can't stop me now. Got so much sauce, trying to slurp me now. Got my foot on their next nine, letting up. They stomp the yard, time to step it up. Got my foot on their next nine, letting up. They stomp the yard, time to step it up. 2 shows, 3 magazines, been on the radio, I'm not stopping. Wrote a book, best-selling author, my God keeps me popping. I'm affiliate, a life coach, my stock keeps on rising. Wednesdays at 8 o'clock on Facebook, they're watching. You see me? Candy coated secrets, you see me. Manifest, they wanna be me. How I do it, so questions when they see me. So blessed, they think I got a genie. Candy coated secrets, you see me.
My words are so powerful, you listen, you might get uplifted. I inspire to inspire, even when you don't show the appreciation, nigga.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are back again tonight. It is Wednesday. You know, let me know you are here. Say hello. Send me some hearts, some love. You know, to let me know when you got in here. How is everybody doing tonight? How are y'all doing tonight? I'm in a great mood. We're gonna get into some stuff. And you know there's always a lesson in everything that we do here, okay? So yes, it's Wednesday. I would like to just say this is my 14th day without meat. Kudos to me. Kudos to me. This is my 14th day without meat, and I thought that it was going to kick my butt, but it's definitely not kicking my butt. I'm kicking its butt. Okay? So, yeah. How are y'all feeling on this lovely Wednesday as I get everything set up? You know, share the show for me. Let me know where you're watching the show from. Hey, YouTube. I see YouTube in the building. When you come on, say hi to me so I know where you are. As you can tell, I can only see y'all, but so far. Hey, Susanna, girl. Yes, girl. Thank you, girl. I don't know. This is giving me, y'all know I like stuff that look like stuff. It's giving me like almost to like the crown of, like a crown of thorns or something. That's what it's giving me. And I like it. She's saying, in the bed, rain has me tired. Why does the rain have you tired? I don't really like the rain either, but I decided to look at the rain in a different perspective, okay? And so for me, what I've done to make myself cope with the rain, because I can't stand the rain either. I don't go outside in the rain. I remember once upon a time, I used to call out of work when it rained. Could you believe that? I don't do the rain, and the rain don't do me. Hey, Benita. Hey, Stephanie. I see y'all up in here. Yeah. So I found a way to cope with the rain because my cousin, right, she loved the rain. Hey, Sanera, girl. She loved the rain. And so since she's no longer here, when it rains, I always just say, hey, girl. I look at it as though she's saying hi to me. So that's how I did it. That's how I deal with it. So instead of me being all sick of the rain sometimes, now that I embrace it, because you know it's all about your mindset and how you look at everything, how you feel about everything. In order to feel better and to be better, you know, you got to know that you're better and want more. Also, what is some good exciting news? So we didn't have Bible study tonight, right? So we didn't have Bible study tonight, but you know, I'm just embracing all of the great things and all of the changes that are happening and coming, that I'm walking into, because y'all, me and one of my friends had Bible study with us too, okay? So give us some love, you know, for stepping out here being grown. You know, I'm just doing things I never thought I would do, you know. So that was so much fun. We both ended up having a great time in Bible study, just us two mingling it out. We went over, look, y'all probably like, what? So we went over Ephesians, Psalms. We went over a bunch of them. So, yeah, but tonight I was heavy on the helmet of salvation. Because listen, I feel like that's the one that we all need, okay? I don't know about you, but I know I did. Because sometimes my little mind be like, hold up. So did you guys see which one y'all want to start with first? Should we get into Wendy Williams? So we're going to get into Wendy Williams and we're going to get into Mea Culpa. And then we're going to go into the fix my crown. So I usually do fix your crown on Sundays. And actually, you guys, I know I posted it that I was going to be doing fix my crown on Sundays, but I've been doing it like more one-on-one with people, and I'm really liking how that's going versus me having to come here and be strategic and dedicated, you know. But yes, I feel like there was a lot that we could have learned and a lot of messages in both shows. The when Oh, Damien, I know we don't really you don't really like Wendy, but listen, Wendy is going through some things right now. Okay. Wendy is going through some things. So which one y'all want to get into first? I mean, you tell me. In other news, I'm still excited because I won my court case yesterday. I won my court case. Woo-hoo. So I'm still riding off of that. I'm so excited about that. Make sure you go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And you will see my mods are here tonight and they are putting all the information down for you guys below. So shout outs to my mods. All right. So I don't know. Okay. Which one do I want to go with? Which one do I want to go with? Let's get into, since y'all don't want to choose, I'm going to choose for y'all. Hold on. Let me choose. Because I'm not going to be here with y'all long. You are funny, Damien. Damien said, I'd rather talk about Kool-Aid over Wendy. Well, listen, there's something that we all can learn. And when you get to the Wendy session, you might want to just log off. But let me tell you a fun fact right now with that comment. When I was growing up, my friends, my nickname, do you know what my nickname was? My nickname for my friends was Kool-Aid. They called me Kool-Aid. Yes, that was one of many nicknames they called me. And that's funny because I actually saw one of my childhood friends that called me Kool-Aid a few days ago, Sunday, I believe. So that was really, really funny. And they always called me Kool-Aid because they always, I smile really, like if I'm really, like I really smile really big, right? And hard and just be cheesing and stuff. And so they called me Kool-Aid because they used to say I had a Kool-Aid smile. And y'all remember the little Kool-Aid commercial? Look, I'm telling my age now. Y'all remember the Kool-Aid commercial? He was always the red Kool-Aid too. And they would draw like a big old smile on him on the container. Do y'all remember that? So they always like, look at you with that big old Kool-Aid smile. So they called me Kool-Aid when I was growing up. But let's get into Mea Cupla, and then we're going to ease into Wendy, because I feel like Wendy goes more with the fix my crown part of the show. Anyway, okay. So Mea Cupla. I don't know about y'all. Have y'all seen the show? Put it in the comments and let me know if you've seen the show. What's your thoughts on the show? What you liked about the show? I seen online that there was a lot of people going around saying that they feel like Tyler Perry just makes some of the same movies over and over and over again. And some people didn't like it, but a lot of people did like it. So I seen where Kelly Rowland was going on interviews, doing different interviews on different platforms and stuff. And they were asking her about Beyonce. She was walking off, and she just felt like that the movie wasn't getting them all this press. Okay, Andre. Oh, and you're a man, so you can give me another perspective. So you saw it. Andre, what did you think about it? Like I said, shout out to YouTube. If you have not subscribed already, the links are down in the comments. Yeah, my mods, you can I guess my mods should be able to pin it if they want. And give me some hearts and thumbs up so I can see y'all over here. And make sure if you're watching this after the show is over, type replay in the comments so I can know where you are. You can head on over to YouTube and also, put the comments there so I can see you too. Say hi. We'll talk back to you and things like that. So y'all get me off track because I'm getting excited because I got so many great things to announce. But shout outs to me. That's what I'm gonna say. So that's everything that's been going on with, Mea Cupla. So then you have Andre. Since you telling me you saw it, right? Did you feel like it was predictable? I felt like the movie was very, very, very predictable, okay? But the ending of that thing was, I was not, okay, let's just say I was not expecting that. Were you expecting the movie to end the way that it did? Did y'all expect the movie to end the way that it did? Let's see what he's saying. Some of the parts I didn't like. We know no black woman is being submissive to a white woman. Oh, okay. So you talk about his mother. But wait, why did he look? He looks Hispanic to me more than white. So yeah, since we critiquing it this way, yeah, I was not expecting for his mother to be white. I was not expecting for his mother to be white. I could definitely tell y'all that now. I was not expecting for his mother to be white. So if you have not seen it yet, spoiler alert. Toya said, yes, I saw it. Toya, what did you think about it? What did you think about it? We got New Jersey in the building tonight. Everybody shout out New Jersey. Watching night. I was not expecting that. So you're saying because, yeah, I didn't like that either. Since we going there, I didn't really like how it was like the husband had no control over his mother. But you know what that goes into? Remember when a lot of people was always saying and asking things like, what do y'all think? If it came down between your parent and your spouse, and it's an issue, who would you choose? Like if your mother and father are getting into it with your husband or your wife, and it's an argument, because this lady was disrespectful. Y'all, listen, this lady invited the ex-girlfriend. Why she ex-girlfriend? She invited the ex-girlfriend that he was with for like some years, I guess, in the past, to her dinner party. And then, y'all, see, now let me put this back up here because you're right, Andre, you're right. And then had the nerve to sit them beside each other at the dinner table. She made the wife sit all the way at the end of the table with her homegirl, and then had her son. It was her, her son, the like high school sweetheart, and then the girlfriend, the other wife to the other son. I mean, it was just crazy. So when you're right, yeah. She said, I knew it was going to end like that. She ain't know nothing and was weak. Really? Really? So you knew it was going to, I did not know it was going to end like that. So explain this. Who was weak? What was weak? Who was weak? What was weak? Yeah, let's ponder on that. You know what I mean? She was just letting his mother-in-law do too much. And this son was not speaking up. He wasn't doing anything. Like they lied and had the mother thinking that the mother had cancer and stuff like that. Like it just was crazy. Okay. But what took me out, which I saw clear as day before I even knew what was going to go on, I knew she was going to sleep with that man. Mm-hmm. Did you know? I knew she was going to sleep with that man. What I couldn't understand is how she fell for his foolishness. See, that's why that goes with what I was reading tonight with the salvation, the helmet of salvation. This is why you have to always make sure you are prepared for the world, to enter the world. Put on your chest plates, put on your helmet of salvation, and be prepared for the schemes of the enemy. Yeah, okay. Mia was lost, but yet was a big time lawyer. Yeah, I could see what you mean with that one. She definitely was. It was like she was an attorney and apparently a good one. And then it just seemed like when it came to this relationship, she didn't have no common sense at all. But I knew she was gonna sleep with that guy. I just don't understand. Now, what was one of the best parts for you? You know, what was some of the best parts for y'all that have seen Mea Cooper? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, CJ, how you doing? CJ's logged in tonight. um, I was excited to see, even though she makes me mad in the other show. I was excited to see Mississippi. Am I crooked letter? I was. When I saw Mississippi, I instantly thought of P Valley. And you know what else too? Pretty soon I'm gonna be able to show y'all all the stuff. Mississippi is a beautiful girl. She's a beautiful girl. I don't know what it is, but she looks exactly how she looked in P Valley. What y'all think? Or was it just me? Mississippi looked really pretty. She looked really pretty. And she looked like she gained a little weight. Yeah, we're talking about Kelly Rowland movie. Have you seen it? Miss K on YouTube said I didn't like her playing a dummy. Yeah, yeah, she did. She was like really clueless. She was like really super clueless. Um, and she fell for that man, girl. Can you believe she fell for that man? Slept with that man. I ain't gonna lie. I thought her husband was cheating too. And you know what kind of made me mad too? Ooh, y'all know how I feel about a man that play video games. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't take it personal. When she came in that house and he was playing that daggone video game on a phone with his ex-girlfriend. Whoo! I was like, he didn't even hear her come in. He didn't even hear her come in the house. She is gorgeous. Mississippi is gorgeous. It's me, Corey. Oh, hey, Corey. How you doing? How you doing? I'm used to seeing you on like Facebook and stuff. Shout outs to you for going over to YouTube tonight. Yes, shout outs to y'all. And you already know if you guys would like to send any donations towards the show, you know you can send it to the Cash App that's floating at the bottom of the screen. CJ said, yeah, it was cool. I was mad as hell she fell for that dude, though. She knew she couldn't. But her husband being on that BS is what pushed her into another man's arm that had been too perfectly placed to tempt her. Yeah. What y'all think? What y'all think? Yeah, he was playing the game with the ex. You gotta go back and watch it. You know, sometimes you gotta go back and look at a movie more than once so that way you'll see what's going on. Yeah, he was playing a game that you didn't see her name. If you would have saw like up in the corner was like her face and her name, and it said Jenna. It says Jenna on there. Oh, I tapped into both YouTube and Facebook. Oh, well, shout out. Thank you. See, y'all need to be more like Corey. Thank you for tapping into CCS on all platforms at one time. I appreciate it. It was so dope. You know what I mean? I was like, dang. And then she learned that her husband didn't cheat it. So then she felt bad because she had slept with the artist guy without her husband knowing. But what I do like is her homeboy. What other thing did he play on? He plays on another show. I can't think of this man's name. He played in something else. Have y'all ever seen? It's a Netflix movie, not slim, not the slightest of the thickest. But dang, it's a Netflix movie that I had my homegirl Princess watch. Her husband played on there. The homeboy played on there. She went to the homeboy. He owned it. He said, "I'm sorry. I should have did more research. I shouldn't have just told you that he was cheating without doing all the research." And she was just worried about him judging her. And he was like, "I'm not going to judge you. You made a mistake. And part of you made the mistake on behalf of me giving you the false." There you go. Thank you. No, that's not it. Survivor's remorse. I don't know. It's the all right. Look at me. Commercial. It's the movie because it's a good movie, and I think everybody should watch it. It was a good movie where it's this new comedian. She's a heavyset light skinned girl with like big bushy hair. She played in it, and it was about her and her homegirls and all their relationships. She was a doctor. He was her husband. Oh, look, now, look at me. I'm going to do you one better. Hold that thought, y'all. Hold that thought while I'm right here. I'm going to pull it up. Okay, what is his name? Ron Rico Lee. Okay, so let me put in the movies he played in. Ron Rico Lee movies. He played in a lot of movies. Jill Scott and Malik Yoba. They played in it. Let me type this name. Let me see right here. Hold on. All right, let's see. He played in Mea Cupla. No. Why is it not giving me his? It's not, look at me. His Bill of Rights is what I want to say. Why is it not? Google is not trying to give me his history of movies. No, y'all. Hold on. Y'all, you know how it is when you find something and make you be like, Survivor's Remorse? No, he played in Survivor's Remorse. He played in Sister in 2009. He played in Tyler Perry, Madea Goes to Jail. I don't remember saying. Okay, yes. He played in Tyler Perry, Madea Goes to Jail. He was the messed up homeboy that had got that girl put in prison. He was the lawyer who didn't like that. The girlfriend was trying to get Ruby from the Huxtables locked up. I know Princess know exactly what that movie is because I freaking had her watch it. Hold on. My lashes. But anyway, he played in it and he took accountability. I'm trying to get back from the light. You know, I gotta come to the light, Caroline, because now I'm trying to figure out his movies he played in. But anyway, he was a great actor. He first black man to take accountability for messing up. Yup, he was the best friend lawyer. Yup, he didn't like Rudy. Nope. See, you know. So, oh, you talking about the PI dude. He played in a lot of stuff. Yeah, he did. But this movie that I'm trying to tell y'all about that's on Netflix, I think everybody should watch it. It was a great movie. And I can't even remember it. But yeah, so anyway, he was good. That was good. She slept with the artist dude. Come to find out, the artist dude had even slept with her sister-in-law. Okay, so they was just doing too much. Yup, her name was Candy. Yup, they were doing too much. I mean, I didn't even know. And the brother and the husband was like, "I can't believe you fell for him and slept with him just like she did." Now, it's crazy to me because even in this movie with Mississippi, you know how in Pete Valley she's thick something. Yeah, you know how I'm gonna figure it out. Somebody figure it out for me. Even when she played in Pete Valley and she's getting beat by that guy, by her husband in Pete Valley. Even in this movie, Mississippi was a victim of being with an abusive partner. He didn't beat her, but you could definitely tell he had some control issues. He blew me when she was outside hugging her homegirl and he was like, "Get in here. The kids need you." I was like, oh, he done lost his everlasting mind. But she took her butt in that house, okay? I guess she knew what was best for her. But anyway, I think it was a cool little movie. It was cool. It's definitely something to watch. If you want something to watch, it definitely was. Now you know Veronica from the Have and the Have-Nots. She played in that too. And oh my gosh, how would y'all feel? Hold on, because I know everybody can relate to this. How would you feel sitting down with a woman that is able to tell you without even knowing that you slept with this man? Because don't get me wrong, Veronica already, I don't even know what her name is. in this movie, but Veronica had already knew that he had slept with her. She already just knew it. How would y'all feel, a man or woman, if somebody is sitting down with you and they are able to tell you everything that this man or this woman did to them to seduce them, to make them interested, that it was the same exact thing that they did to you? I mean, the exact same thing. The exact same thing. What would y'all do? Imagine about the person right now that you may be with, that when you met them and you fell for them, you sat down and talked to a woman or another man that was able to tell you everything they did to get them. And it was an identical story. Not fraternal, an identical story. Yes. And I take it, that means it will blow your mind. You too will be mind blown. Piss the fuck off, but play it cool. And she did. She was trying to play it cool, but Veronica knew. You said you called her Veronica too? Veronica knew. It was like, yeah, I already know what he did to get you, girl. He already got you, matter of fact. Mm-hmm. She was with somebody beating her up then. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. What's going on with that? But needless to say, it was a pretty cool movie. Now let's go over to Wendy Williams. Because like I told you, I ain't gonna be on here with y'all all night long. Wendy Williams' documentary was so sad, y'all. It was so sad. I don't know if, for one, I don't like how anytime in Hollywood, it seems like the celebrities, when they're speaking up or they're not, or they're, what they say, exposing and telling secrets. Have y'all noticed the media always deems them to be crazy? Have you noticed that? Think about it. Every time somebody speaks up, they did it to Jaguar Wright. They do it to Orlando Brown. They do it to Kanye. They do it to they did it to Cassie. They did it to Chris Brown at one point. When he made that song, and it's my song, I call it Caution or whatever. When he said, had a meeting with the devil last week. Here's what he said to me. He said, put your name on this line. You can have everything, but your soul I'm going to keep. Woo! They did it to Chris Brown. Have y'all noticed that? Or am I the only one who noticed that? I'm just saying, everybody, I was having this conversation with my sister a couple days ago. I was like, everybody in Hollywood cannot be lying. Everybody cannot be lying. Everybody can't be lying. And I also think that we kind of do people a disservice who are really like victims of stuff like that or being taken advantage of when they go to speak out about what happened to them and we call them a liar. That's my perspective on it. Stop telling people what happened to them. We are famous for telling people what they experienced. I don't know if that's a learned behavior or what it is, but we are famous for telling people what happened to them. And she just looked really sad. I don't know if I believe, well, maybe to a degree, but I don't know if I believe the part about her son. They say he spent over $100,000 in DoorDash or Uber Eats, same thing. My friend was like, how the heck do you spend over $100,000 in DoorDash? And I was like, but you got to think about it. They're rich. They're probably not DoorDashing, Crafty Crab and Taco Bell, Burger King, maybe, and depending upon where they live at, because Uber Eats actually be having different places on there. I think, like he said, his mother would not have a problem with it. She may not, but I believe she gave him like an allowance of some kind. So they were saying that that's why the reason why they like stripped, I think he had like guardianship of something of her. At one point, I don't know. I was watching it, but I wasn't watching it, if that makes sense, because it was just like, oh my goodness. But I definitely know that, there will be a lot of Wendy Williams, and there are a lot of Wendy Williams and people out here today, as far as just, you know, what it looks like when you put your all into a relationship or a marriage. I truly feel that once he had a baby, unless you didn't experience a man that you love, that started off with no kids, having kids on you, you wouldn't even know what that feels like. That happened to me twice, okay? One cut like a knife, two cut like a sword, okay? It definitely takes you in a whole new mindset, but I didn't know, she did know about him dealing with this woman. So it's like it starts off where she is a little sane. It definitely starts off where she is sane, because it was in 2022. And she was saying that, he knew he was doing whatever he was doing. But when he called her one day, he was sounding all devastated. But apparently the agreement was she wasn't dealing with no babies. He could do whatever he wanted to do, but he couldn't make no babies. Some of y'all say he could do whatever he want to do, long as he paid the bills or come home at night. So let's sit on that, because somebody somewhere that feels like that. He was her power of attorney. Yeah, so her son was her power of attorney. Then he had a birthday. And we all know those celebrities, they give their kids extravagant birthdays. Hell, some of y'all give y'all kids extravagant birthdays today. You won't pay a bill for a birthday party. You won't pay a bill to take your kids somewhere. You won't, you deplete yourself just to make sure that your kids are getting an experience that, hey, Karima, you want your kids to have an experience with you. And I think through life you learn, right? Because it's just like Christmas. We buy our kids what we want them to have. And then when they get older, they feel away because there's less stuff under the tree. Because you get to a point where you say, I'm only going to buy you what you asked for. I'm not going to give you the things that I want you to have. Because 9 times out of 10, it's the things that you're giving them that you want them to have, or the things that you wish you would have got during Christmas when you was a kid. And now you want your kids to have those things too. You understand? Next thing you know, you just spent all this money on all of these toys. They don't even play with them because they wasn't interested in them in the first place. It was you living out your dream through your children. Okay? She said when she died, she wants it all to go to her son. So that's another thing. Wendy Williams' documentary comes off as, y'all, I swear I ain't lying. Somebody is doing it to her. Like, I feel like she may be ill. If you've seen it, let me know what you picked up on the vibes. Let's talk about it. I don't know if the link that is in the comments will let you guys call on me tonight, but let's talk about it. If you want to speak your piece, if you got the number, you can dial it in. Because I definitely believe she's sick. But there are moments of her being quite insane. But through this whole documentary, y'all, it seems like she is doped up on something. Did you get it? Did y'all get that vibe? He didn't spend it, but it was set up as an account. Yeah, so it was like an account or something for him. I mean, it was just all types of stuff. And I feel like, think about that, somebody around, for one, whoever's in charge of her guardianship, she don't even know the person. And yes, and this is what I don't like. They're letting her drink in order to take advantage of her. Yes. And this is why I said that the Wendy Williams documentary goes into the final last portion of the show tonight, which is, the helmet of salvation and just knowing who you are and, being able to pay attention to the people that you have around you. Because sometimes the very same people around you will be the same people that are sucking the life out of you. You can't figure out why you're not going anywhere. You can't figure out why you're not elevating. You don't know what's going on. And sometimes it's the people that are attached to you, just draining you and sucking you dry. Because you already know half of us battle with setting boundaries to begin with. And then we pick and choose who we want to set the boundaries with. Or, we have all these rules and expectations of our homegirls, but you have none of the partner that you lay down and sleep with at night. Your family can't get away with nothing, but your man can get away with everything. Your friends can't get away with nothing, but your man can get away with everything. Or your woman can get away with everything. I really feel like this Wendy Williams documentary is so much to unpack in it. It's so much loaded in it. And if people take their self out of looking at it to try to figure out and talk about it, but really look at everything, because you all know what I say, be the energy you want to attract, because you only experiencing the things that you're experiencing because it's inside of you anyway. If you look deep enough, you can find the issues that you have with everybody else deep down in the valley inside of you. Okay? Let's talk about it. But if you're able to look at it from a different eye, not even from a different eye, but even from a spiritual level, you know what I mean? You'll be able to really see it. And this is what it looks like and can look like when you are defeated and you give your all to a person you're trying to figure it out. She has people to, you know, around her every day, like Victoria said, that's sitting there letting her drink. They even got it on the show where she went out to lunch, or was in her house with the one girl or somewhere, and she poured a martini and the girl was sitting there eating a salad. And if you saw the girl's face, the girl was looking like, oh, she drinking. She kind of looked like she wanted to say something. Did y'all catch that? She kind of looked like she wanted to say something about Wendy drinking. She even looked like, oh, wait a minute, I don't think she should be doing that. But it was still that, I'm going to just mind my business. I'm just here to be the extra on set and eat this salad. And something a little shaky with her manager too. Something's a little, but I definitely believe there is something going on with her. But I definitely feel like they are keeping her that way. I know Wendy had big eyes, but I don't never remember Wendy Williams' eyes being as big and dilated and shaking like they do. Have y'all remembered that? Do y'all remember that? Let me look at it on the screen. It says, Sean, she knew what she doing. She going to say Wendy knows her limits. Okay, that's it. Thank you. I'm glad when there's always somebody watching that can keep up with what I'm saying, that can give y'all fill in the details. Shout out to Victoria. Yeah. That's like my little DJ voice that I be doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm embracing that. Yeah, it's due to Graves' disease. Yes. With her eyes and stuff shaking like that, or are you saying with her eyes being so big? But even when she went and met her son for lunch, it was almost like she didn't even recognize her nephew. This is what I picked up on. It was like she didn't even recognize her nephew. She just shook his hand, but she recognized that son. You know, you can see the life and how much she comes back to life when she's around her son. And I feel like even when, you know, you yourself is going through something, you understand, it may be that one person or something, or those people that, you know, you had somebody that could just breathe and light your world up to help you remember who the hell you are. I feel like that's what her son is to her. And it seems like they're isolating her from the people who care about her to take advantage of her. And I ain't gonna lie, I ain't wishing nothing on nobody, but it kind of gave me the vibes too that there will be another part to this, because it starts off in seasons. I feel like anything that starts off with seasons, there are going to be more. But it's kind of giving, she gonna pass away soon. That's what I got from it. That's what I got from it. Oh, okay. Graves' disease is the reason for them popping out like that. Oh, okay. See, you told me something. So did she always have that though? Because her eyes was always big. She didn't. She didn't what, Andre? Shout out to all y'all on YouTube tonight. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. We got so many people watching tonight. It's like 1,500 people in total. I saw on YouTube that The Guardian is being sued for taking $30 million. Wow. You see what I'm saying? And that's one thing she kept saying, that she was very, very sane. She said, my money is missing. My money is missing. Okay, so she's always had it. Hey, Bonita girl. She's always had it. Okay. I think she's going to pass away soon too. Yeah, like that's what it's given. It's kind of like, I feel like she's documenting you to see her before she goes, because she had the Wendy's a mess one that was so big, and it was like you saw her at the highlight. And I feel like the very first one, Wendy is a mess, that came out, that set the tone. Now, if you see the second one, that set the tone to let you see why she chose to deal with um the stuff that she dealt with her husband. Could you imagine your husband having his damn mistress live down the street? I mean, God, could you imagine that? That crossed my mind too. Yeah, Karima, definitely. You know, so I feel like she was doing that because I think a lot of times with us, we human, we justify why we deal with the little foolish stuff that we do. You know, case in point, what we covered other day doing combos and cocktails with Risa Tisa. Some people feel sorry for her, some people don't. You know, some people feel like she's a victim, some people don't. Some people feel like she's dumb, some people feel like she's slow, some people don't. Me, I am people who feel like, you know, she was not a victim at all. We all make bad choices, but let me tell you this. Once somebody lets you know that it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck and it's a duck, ass flat, okay? Listen, you are not a victim. You are a volunteer, okay? She was well aware that man was a liar, and she chose to believe that he was going to buy cars, houses, and everything else after she had already found out he was a big compulsive liar. You know, so here it is. Wendy had already knew that he had been dealing with this woman for years, and she chose to overlook it, just like with any of us. Like, we overlook the things that we don't like in a person. You can meet somebody and they're not even being up to par with what you say you wanted in a person, and be like, but he cute though, or well, the sex is good, oh, you know, or this and that. You know what I mean? We all have done that. We all have made some wrong decisions, but also at the same time, yeah, we all have made relationships and mistakes. Absolutely. But you also have to learn from them as well. You know what I mean? And then, we all have played a fool, but even you too decided you ain't want to be a fool no more. But my thing is this. I feel like when people are benefiting from a situation, such as Risa Tisa, she ain't had to pay no bills, such as Wendy Williams, she wanted her husband, we'll accept certain things. So she accepted the fact that he was a liar because he was paying the bills, and Wendy accepted the fact that he had this good girlfriend that lived around the corner. She didn't like it, but that's what it was. She didn't walk away from it until he made a baby. So, everybody had the issue. That the thing is, every man and woman has their own poison of what they will and will not deal with in a relationship. And the problem that I see today, which comes in sometimes on social media, is people get upset about the things that people aren't willing to deal with for themselves personally. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all get that? You ever get into it with somebody that just disagreed with what you thought or how you felt about something just because it went against how they felt? And it's like, dude, it's not personal. It's my feeling. Thank you. I'm entitled to that. You know what I mean? So I think that that's something that we have to get in. We have to recognize that, sometimes people are going to be like, hey, I understand, I'm here for you. It ain't no different like if you got a homegirl or homeboy that's calling you every day or all day with a problem. Or every time you turn around, they're going to do the same thing with the same dude, with the same woman. And you have a day when you like, I don't want to hear this today, Tanya. I don't want to hear this today, Mike. I don't want to talk about Troy today, Carla. I don't want to talk about Leslie today, Keisha. We all are entitled to those moments of no. You know what I mean? And then we oftentimes push against the people who are pushing us to be better. We push against the people who want us to be better. And then now, y'all, today with the society, what's going on, all this men versus women and women versus men, it seems as though the men today want you to have low self-esteem, to want you not to know your worth, to want you to accept any and everything. They want to take you through hell and high water to see if you, what they call it, a ride or die. You done died 11 times. Just for in the end, on year 45,000, you done dealt with this since you was 20. You now 46. And he want to say, will you marry me? And then you like, yes, I've been waiting so long. Okay. But it's somebody somewhere that's not going to do all of that. Because somewhere, along when we get into this world and we forget about who we are and how God made us all with a purpose, we believe the things that people say, that you got to fight and work hard. But God says you don't got to work hard for anything, because anything that's meant for you comes easy. And I'm not talking about in the relationships of the simple fact of, ups and downs, because every relationship is going to have its challenges. But my question is, what are these challenges we're supposed to have? I feel like the challenges should be, you want chicken, I want steak. You want our son to play hockey, I want him to play football. You want our daughter to do ballet, I want her to be a cheerleader. You didn't pick the kids up from practice 2 days this week. I did it. Because a lot of the times, people in society is pushing this marriage and this togetherness. But I can guarantee you, because I know some, I know more unhappy married people than I do unhappy single people. Did y'all catch that? Like that, it's so, and then you see it online too. Herman said, girl, you know what I'm saying, Karima? And then you get these conversations with some of these men and they be pushing it like, be my Coretta, be my Harriet, be my this. Well, what you gonna be? Because I'm dying to know. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Okay, Sonara. So when you look around, these men today be wanting you to be all these things, but ain't telling you what they could be for you. You understand? Y'all heard what the pastor said last week on the show, 2 weeks ago on the show. She said, when you go 50-50, you ain't got no partner, you got a roommate. She said, and I can get one of those off of Craigslist. Okay? I was like, listen, girl. If you want mediocre, just say that. If you want to be with a Build-A-Bear, just say that. But don't knock the people who don't want to be with no Build-A-Bear now. Yeah, they're going to take out the trash. And half of them don't even want to do that. And they want you to be all these things and sleep with them all the time. And then, we held responsible for every infraction they make. If they cheating, it's because you ain't doing this. If you tired that you done ran behind the kids all day, you ain't giving them no attention. So that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? He need reassurance, of course. Motivate, inspire, push one another. But we shouldn't be relying on one another to survive emotionally. Like, hello. That's why God gave you individuality. He ain't, but one thing I do know, sometimes we can get into relationships and we just lose our identity and our partner. You know what I'm saying? I've done it before, okay? Years ago, like, y'all know, I was with my baby's daddy child. I was like, anything he had a problem with or just anything, it was like, I just want to be with you all day. We're going to hang out. We're going to go here. I like all of that stuff. I think it's good. But it was like, it came a time where it's like, well, wait a minute, what I want matter too. So I think that sometimes we forget that in the relationships where, you have people and we come together and then we forget that we are both individuals outside of our partnership that we have together. You should be able to go out with your homeboys. I should be able to go out with my homegirls, and it shouldn't be an issue because together, when we're together, we're together. But a lot of times it seems like some of these men that got live-in situations, they don't never want to go home because they too busy trying to escape from their reality of every day. You know what I'm saying? Just like with us. And we all do it. You get off of work and you just sit in your car and decompress for like, next thing you know, you look up, you didn't even fell asleep in the car, or you either done been in the car for like 50 minutes. And you be like, girl, let me get out this car and go in this house. And it may not be anything. It's just like we need that moment. We need that moment. So it'd be a lot of people that are in relationships for convenience, trying to tell people who don't want to deal with foolishness just to say that they have somebody. Everybody don't want nobody by any means, because guess what? When you become desperate, when you decide that you want to sell your soul, you know what they say? I'd rather cry in a Bentley than cry in a Honda. Or what they say, would you rather cry in Paris or cry in Cherry Hill? How about I'd rather cry, not cry at all? You know what I'm saying? You ever notice that the two options that people give you be like two jacked up options to choose from? And you be like, well, who in the world would choose these? Yes, sitting in the car is so relaxing, okay? I be like that with my puppy, who right here knocked out like he got a job. Yeah, I'm talking about you. He just opened his eyes. I be like, whew. I got to go in here and walk him. Sometimes I don't feel like it. And I think that a lot of times we forget that, we are people outside of the relationships that we're in. And it just seems like, of course, if you're not happy, you're not going to be able to make anybody happy. That's why happiness starts with who? You. You could change the relationships. You could change the job. You could change the career. You could change the state. If you ain't happy, it's not going to matter because you take you everywhere you go. If you're not submissive, let's not even talk about that word, because let's be real. You're either submissive or you're not. You're either submissive or you're not. Period. You're submissive or you're not. And it's like now society got you talking about what now all these men, your femininity. I like saying that. Your femininity, your masculine. Oh my gosh. But then they forget that they put you in situations to make you be masculine. They don't ever want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I got to be strong because you left me with 15 kids to raise. And you ain't even paying child support. Well, I got to be strong because I done caught you in 50 little lies. And I'm trying to understand why I'm still here. We all go through it. But damn, at what time do you stop? You know what I'm saying? That's just like, people always laugh at me when I say, I refuse to go through the same things as my teenager. Like my teenager goes through the ups and downs as far as, the breaking up and feeling like it's the last person on earth. And I be telling her like, girl, he's not the last person on earth. Don't allow what one person did to you make you feel like you want to give up on love, or that there's no good men out here. No, it's not that there's no good men out here. Maybe it's something in you that keep attracting these no good men. Oh, she only used me for my money. Oh, she only always want me to do something, buy something. But wait, when you met her, did you only lead with money? When you met her, is that how you led? Because if you leading with just money coming out your pocket about what you can and can't do and how much you want to rescue, why are you mad that she asking you for money? So I think that that's something that we have to begin to try to process, why are we experiencing some of the same experiences? And I feel like Risa Tisa and this Wendy Williams documentary is a great example of why you should choose you and work on your self-esteem, work on your loneliness, work on your insecurities, know what you want. Because guess what? When you don't know what you want and you get so desperate that you're willing to accept anything, you end up with Michael Myers. You trying to figure out why he done killed 15 people and you ain't even know they was in your basement. Like, what in the world? Cause you ain't praying, and the devil himself then showed up with a Bentley and paying all the bills and being your manager, and his mistress lived down the street. Like, come on. Okay, you feel me, Kareem, my girl? Now Michael Myers got me weak. For real. I ain't lying. You don't know who gonna show up. All right, listen, fun fact. I was dealing with this guy one time, right? I wasn't looking for nothing. You know when they say when you don't look, it'll find you. Yeah, but it depends on what finds you too. You understand? We got to pay attention to that part, right? And I was just chilling. You know, I used to always say, who I'ma like who like me. You know, I used to live by that. And my life coach used to be like, yeah, I'll be glad when you stop. Right? Tell of a woman with no esteem too many. Yeah, absolutely. You know. I remember I was like, I ain't looking for nothing. I'm chilling. I'm trying to get to Hollywood. Y'all already know how I do. And I'm like, oh, I want to share something, but I don't want to share. I'm gonna just wait till it come out and I'm gonna drop it. But you know, and I was dealing with somebody. Oh, they was cool. They seemed like really cool. I was like, oh, okay. Let me try to. I told y'all before, like I've always been my own case study. Like with me and my life coach, I used to be the case study all the time, so it was so fun. And so I did the whole, you know, talk to somebody, you know, that's not all the way at where you wanted to be, but let's just see what these people in culture be talking about so I can come here and talk to y'all. Like I remember me and Coach were going to do a whole segment on For the Love of Miss Vibrations. It was so funny. And I mean, this person was fun. I love the spontaneous. Woohoo! We do everything. You know, the intimacy part was cool. Y'all understand? Just being down to do anything, everything. Like that was so fun, you know? So y'all know y'all to keep up. Notice I keep saying fun, right? And it was things that he had that I didn't like. Y'all know I don't deal with people with children. Like if you got some kids, that ain't my first go-to. But I was just like, okay, let me not give you the X. Let me try. You know what I'm saying? Because the kids is a red flag for me. Kids is a heavy on a red flag for me. You know, we can get it in and do the hanky-panky, but I would never commit to a man with children. I'm sorry. You know, y'all yell at me all the time for that. But what I'm saying is, and it was fun. So I was trying to adapt to things that I knew I didn't really want in my life. And oh my God, it was like crazy. Like I feel like I had a freaking mental patient, but great person for whoever wanted that in a person. I mean, no, it was like no accountability, no substance. And to me, I don't know about y'all, but a man without substance can't do nothing for me. And I feel like men should feel like that about women. A woman with no substance can't do anything for you. You know what I mean? And it was fun. I remember people from life coach like this. They saying like it's cool, but at the same time, see, I feel like this too. And this is a tool that I feel like we all can use. Listen up. Whenever you find yourself in a situation, relationship, friendship, or even a job or anything that you don't have the strength to heavy on that strength to walk away from it in that moment, you have to heal yourself while you're in it. You have to do things to get you better while you're in it until the day that you are able to just walk away from it, right? And not look back. You know what I mean? So that's very, very, that's very important. So whenever you can't walk away from the very thing or people that are hurting you, it is okay, but do the work so that once it comes to an end or when you get tired, you are able to say, I am done. Because one thing for sure, two for certain, women, we heal while we're in it. Men heal after it's gone and you don't want them no more. And he be like, can we? No, we cannot do anything. You should have got it right the first time. I only was with you 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, 16 years. 25 years. No, you should have got it right then. You know, and then you have those where you get lucky, where they're open to, what's the word? Y'all know the word, to the rekindling. Everybody ain't trying to rekindle out here. Everybody don't want to rekindle. I'm not a Kindle. You cannot read me. I'm not one of those. Rekindle. I'm not a candle. You cannot relight me. You know what I'm saying? That's me. But there are some people where you can, and it may work, you know? But, you know, you got to get strong while you're in it. And don't lose yourself 100% while you're dealing with it. So it's just one of those things where it was like the whole time, he don't even know, like he's now became part of the case study. And when you take yourself, because you know what's in the word history. History stands for his story. And I say herstory. What's your herstory? Her story. You know what your relationships look like. You know the past and the patterns of the relationships that you've had. You know what they look like. Don't nobody know your story better than you. But are you willing to sit still long enough and look at the pattern and see the defaults? What I say about the salvation of the helmet of salvation, are you bold enough to sit and look at the chinks in your own armor? Because it's easy for you to point them out in Malik and Sheila, but can you point them out in you? You understand? You understand? Mm-hmm. For real. So that's why it is important for you to know who you are. Look at me. We didn't trickled into the Fix Your Crown segment. Know who you are and know who made you, and get out there, get out your own way. Because yes, your story may be different from Risa Tisa, Wendy Williams, mine, yours, you know, but ultimately the goal is just to be better. That's the whole goal. But you know why a lot of the times we accept less than is because we don't feel worthy enough. And then you got society, like I told you, they got the ride or die. I think you're supposed to be a ride or die. You done died 11 times. Why do we allow ourselves to go through so much pain for the sake of a freaking wedding ring? And then you get the wedding ring, and then you get the marriage, and then you don't even know how to sustain the marriage. And then, you know, when you do begin to have issues in your marriage, what y'all do? You throw a baby in the mix, and you think that the baby gonna save the marriage. 4 years later, you find out you still with her? No, we got divorced. Oh, okay. How did that work out? We have to stop throwing relationships and marriages on top of red flags. You elevating the title of the relationship, but the relationship ain't elevating. How that work? Y'all stuck on level 1. Well, no, level 3, because y'all did get married or something like that. But look at how much, I mean, it was easy for her to start drinking. It was easy for her to do all that, and all that is just different coping mechanisms that we use to make ourselves feel better. What's your vice? Your vice might be drinking. Your vice might be sex. You know, because a lot of people believe in that, to get over one person is to get under another one. No, you broken, go heal. That ain't going to help you carrying baggage from person to person to person to person. And then we get with somebody else, and then we make them the keeper of all of our secrets and all of our pain. And then, because they say, oh, you're cute or you're handsome, or, what's the famous line? I never met anybody like you. We be like, whoo. I'm a winner. He's a keeper. Meanwhile, if somebody right now with your ex thinking they got a catch and don't know he done been threw back in the water 50 times. You know I ain't lying. Like, girl, ain't nobody trying to keep him but you. Don't nobody want her but you. Don't you think if she was a cat, I'd have kept him? crying and beating me up and doing what you want to do and making babies. You ain't no catch. You ain't no catch. So it'd be like, child, she thinks she got something. I seen something one time. It was see now y'all about to make me tell. Who was I just having this conversation with? Oh my God, I just was having this conversation with her. I cracked myself up. And oh yeah, no, me and my sister. When we had went out the other day, we were laughing, and it was like somebody I used to have like deal with or whatever. I was like, oh, she was like, yeah, they're like getting married or whatever the case may be. I was like, oh, that's cool, like that's cool. But we just laughed because, it was like, I was like, yeah, I think, somebody else has told me about it and was like that they were like, they prayed for him and, she can't believe that she got what she manifested. And the whole time. And then my sister was like, yeah, meanwhile, she don't know. Everybody that threw his ass back. I'm like, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? So that was just funny. So I think that that's a good chuckle. So I feel like that somebody else could use that. If you ever feel like your ex, or if you ever feel like that just anybody, whether it's friends or that you feel like you may have lost someone of value that is still here, of course, just be like, yo, if they was worth keeping, they'd have been kept. If you were such this great friend, you would still be my friend. And I say all the time, I've never lost a friend. Don't let that go over your head, okay? Some of y'all have never lost a friend and don't even realize it. And when those kind of like, well, what does that mean? That means that you never lost a friend. So if all your friends are still present, how you lose any? Anybody else that then left your life, they wasn't a friend because all your friends are still there. And then a lot of times I think too, with people, we have to understand too, some people we just grow apart, but also when you're growing, the people around you are either going to grow in your experience or they're going to grow out of your experience. But either way, they're going to grow and you're going to grow. And you just have to be okay with knowing that some people are not meant to be around forever. And one thing too, growing and change is hard. And it can be sad and it can be lonely. But if it was easy, then everybody would do it. You ever run into somebody, you ain't seen them in 100 years, and they still doing the same thing? Or y'all don't talk, and the minute you talk to them, they still talking the same way they talked in 1943. And you like, what? Hey, Lisa girl. Shout out to St. Luke in the building. That's my DJ voice. Shout out to St. Luke. She said, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Well, you talking to them and you like something, you talking to them and you just like, this friendship or this relationship just don't feel the same no more. I don't know what they talking about. Girl, they want to sit on the phone all day and talk to me about Nikes. You like Nikes? You're like, yeah, I was trying to teach them about how to become a real estate agent. And they wanted to talk about Nikes and what shoes was coming out this Friday. What shoes was coming out this Friday? You know what I mean? It be like that sometimes. Sometimes, you could always measure people by their lives. If people are able to tell you if you're an entrepreneur or anything like that, or whatever it is that you want to be striving to do, you may have people telling you, oh, do this, do this, do this. You need to do this. Or I think you should change this. I think you should do this. Blah, 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 blah. And then you look at their business or something and you're like, well, what do you do? Where's your story? What's your success story? Well, how far are you? And it's like, stop listening to people who ain't even doing nothing themselves. Yes, it's definitely, when you've outgrown a person. Yes. And a lot of times, to be honest, and it could be scary. I know somebody probably don't want to hear this, but it could be scary. But just like, when you've outgrown people with like friendships, when you've outgrown relationships too. Like, that she ain't supposed to be with her. You ain't supposed to be with her. You should have been left him. But for whatever reason, you keep it there. And then, sometimes, so, that other dysfunctional saying that I think is dysfunctional, it's better to stay with the devil, than the devil you don't. I say, why do you got to be with the devil, period? So I'm real big on the way you word things, because that plays a part on your experiences and the things that you're experiencing. Why? I used to say it all the time. I'd rather start over with 100 different dudes than to deal with the same thing from one man 100 times. Okay, but I had to get to that point. Mm-mm. It is more fish in the sea. And what the parents said a couple weeks ago on the show? Sometimes you swimming in the wrong end of the pond. Okay? You can't be trying to get a man that go to church and he got some substance, or you want a man with some integrity, and the whole time he a street dealer. They ain't got no integrity at first, because they always got to lie about what they doing. They hiding this, they doing this. Or you want a man that stay home and y'all have fun, but you keep trying to meet all the men in the club. Like, how does that work? Everybody you met in the club. Or you say you don't want a person that smoke weed or they drink. Meanwhile, the dude you with drinking and smoking every other day. Well, he always at a cigar shop. Or he always just doing something. Or he don't got no money, but he keep buying ounces and ounces of weed. You're like, sir, we keep buying a bunch of drinks. All of that. You be like, hold on. So a lot of times, people tell us who they are. We just don't take the time to shut up and listen. Because when people complain about what they don't like in a person, they don't even know that they're telling you who they are. So, you gotta listen. I don't feel like teaching that, going into that tonight, but it all goes together. It all goes together. What is that? You got to be the energy you want to attract. And that does not mean that you are not going to go through hoops and hurdles and that you're not going to, go through trials and tribulations with people. But what you do have the right to do is choose what you choose to go through. Okay, here we go. Look, heavy on it. Got your blinders on. Every time she call or he call and he done made you mad and say, come over, what you do? Backpack. Like Dora Explorer. You gonna take your good ass over there and see what he's talking about. And then, what was funny too? When I used to, make silly decisions and stuff, my coach, I miss her so much. She would send me that meme. Y'all know that meme of the clown, in the car, and it said, when my man said he changed 15 million times or something, and the clown was in the car like this. Whenever she would send me that, it was like, oh, you got to get it together. You got to get it together. So I definitely think it's important to, know your limits and know what you can deal with, know when you're feeling low. And this is something else I want to say, because a lot of this has been things like, I've been having like a lot of one-on-ones recently with people. And they were like, oh yeah. And I was talking about this earlier. Like, you ever notice how some of the most beautiful women and stuff like that, if you know them personally or maybe not, or even the ones you may see or something, usually have like the most lowest self-esteem. They usually have the most issues. Or as what they say on Instagram, a bad bitch, you a bad bitch. And the minute that a man break up with her, she just bad. You understand? And some of us are like that. The minute our relationships end, we're just bad. We just become bad. Because you done gave all your power away to somebody that told you that it ain't working, right? And it's been a lot of people, and I always say to those bad, the bad bitches in the bad. Okay? When you bad and you really feel and believe and know that you can have who you want when you want them, you're not going to stay and chase something that ain't serving you nothing. You're not begging to stay with somebody that is breaking you. There's nobody out here saying, whoo, I want a piece of crap person. I want to be with a person where we're going to have to struggle. Or I'm struggling paying all these bills by myself, and I want to be with somebody who is just okay with just me being here. Nobody is asking or praying for stuff that's lower than what they want. And if you are, then you have to look at that and do a self-evaluation. There's nothing wrong to go after what you want, because guess what? The minute that man will, feel like that you ain't kicking up the par to what they want, or they gonna replace you, lace you, and leave. All right? He ain't thinking 15 times about how long y'all been together or not. You understand? It seems like we do that. It seems like women do that. You know what I mean? And it's even like with men too. If you feeling like she's not, the one thing I see from men a lot is, oh, we can't talk to our woman, and that's why we're always with our homeboys. Well, guess what? It sounds like you need to be with your homeboy then. And if you don't want to be with your homeboy that you're so vulnerable and open with, because you can't do it with your partner, then maybe you need to change the partner. I don't know nobody that want to really be with somebody that can't, they can't be vulnerable with. They can't, open up to. And then you also have those two who got a good thing at home and now appreciated it first. And to you, I say, let them go so somebody else can appreciate them. Because you're holding up the main line. You're holding up the main line. What they say? He's a good man, Savannah. And you holding him up. Stop mistreating that man and let somebody else go get him. I'm saying, we tend to hang on more, waiting for changed behavior in the Black community, but that's not it at all. Yes, that is so true. We waiting up for the man to turn into the Lord. Have been changed. No. And then the other thing is we forget too, Sudan, well, how you say your name, Sudan, that people change when they want to. People change when they're ready. And guess what? When things aren't working out and you aren't with the person, it doesn't mean it's over forever. Sometimes it means just not right now. Like, let's cut the ties, right? Since, some people, they like to rekindle. Let's cut the ties, right? Why the damage is not but so bad, okay? And then, try again, depending upon what the issues are within a relationship. Try again. Just try again. And then if it comes back and it's fine. But, I feel like when we force things and we keep forcing things to work, a lot of the times you are really just dragging out the inevitable. Like, this ship is about to sail. And then I feel like this too, even if you have a good man, and you ain't giving him everything, you ain't sleeping with him when you want to be slept with, you ain't, I guess what y'all supposed to do, cook and clean, or whatever the case y'all do, you understand? Or that, he's a good person and you just don't take their feelings into consideration. It's going to come a day, it's going to come a time, just like, people like to talk about that grace word, you know what I mean? And I think that's another word that gets thrown around loosely, but that's a different topic. Come here, Draco. Because even people forget that even God's grace run out. Sometimes he has a moment of when it's like you gonna have to feel that. Or not that day. You can't pray for me to get you out of this right now. But you know what? I'm still gonna listen. I'm still gonna do it. But I'm gonna move a little slower this time because you ain't getting it. Everybody has a moment when it's like yeah, I ain't with that today. The day you gonna have to know you got some sense. That it just comes a time when you have to know your limit. And enough is enough. Enough is enough. You know your limit and get it together. And a lot of times too, sometimes it be your own karma or the stuff that you done that didn't lead you to the experience that you're experiencing. But if you got that good old man at home and whatever, he do everything and you can rely on him to do any and everything, and you just not treating him right, let me tell you one thing. God, well, I ain't gonna say God, but He may even gonna wake up one day and leave, or the enemy gonna send little Sally Walker was walking down the street. She didn't know what to do, so she stopped in front of me and said, "Go on, girl, shake that thing, and stop." Woo! Y'all remember that? Y'all ain't never played little Sally Walker. One day, the enemy gonna send Sally Walker over there, and he gonna have a night of little temptation, like little Mea Cupla or Culpa, whatever her name was. And your man gonna give it up. Your good husband or your man gonna give it up, okay? He only gonna be able to take no for so long. I'm telling you for real. Listen, some people holding up the line, God trying to help us all. He got a lot of children, okay? That part, let me like that, okay? You holding up the main line, okay? And you ain't learning nothing yet. He trying to show you. Get off the phone. Like, remember back in the house when you had landlines and you be on the phone with your siblings? And your siblings or somebody will be on the phone, and you pick up and you listen to the conversation, and you know you got a phone call to make, and then you just listen to see what they talking about, and you hear them on there talking about Power Rangers. You like, get off the phone. I got to really call and pay my BGE bill. Well, I need to see how I'm getting to work tomorrow. I ain't gonna be, get off the main line. Like, excuse me, could you imagine if some of us, just for humor, if you know, there was like a line where we could physically go to, could you imagine that line? Like, hey, you listen, you get to hear what somebody asking for, like, Jesus, can you send her to the back? For real. But just keep being better. Just keep trying to be better. You know what I mean? That's all anybody can ask. That's all you should do. You should want to learn from your past experiences and all of that stuff. You know, when you don't know, you can't be held accountable for what you don't know. But once you do know, then you are held accountable for everything. And I want everyone out here tonight to make sure you are always fixing your crown. And remember, your crown might slip. It might even lean. But the key and the goal is to never let it fall. Okay? So you get it together. Keep your head on straight. Keep striving for better. Don't allow people to tell you who you are. Don't nobody know you. God knows you best. And I just want to say, take a moment, because I'm pretty sure you are living one of your prayers right now. I know I am, living a bunch of them. But I had to do this the other day. I had to say, thank you, God. Thank you for consistently being consistent. Now, how many people here you know in your life that has been consistently consistent? You might have some, but it ain't a whole lot. So appreciate that. Appreciate those people. Love yourself a little more. Remember, man's rejection is God's protection. When a door closes, another one opens. It's never the end of the world, even though it may feel like it. Just know that you have the strength and the power to keep it moving and to go on, and that you are able to handle everything that you are experiencing right now. Because if you wasn't, God wouldn't have put it in your lap for you to be able to deal with it right now. So don't look at all your issues as a burden. Look at it as a lesson. Look at it as something to learn. Look at it as an area to grow. Because if you couldn't handle it, he wouldn't have gave it to you. Just dig deep and remember how you got through it before. And I promise you, you will get an answer. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. Some of you guys, I will see you on Sunday at church. And wow, I went over a whole hour, a whole 24 minutes tonight. Look at me. And you guys stayed here with me the entire time. So share the show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, you guys. We are 220 people away from reaching our goal. Help me, reach one, teach one, spread the show. And I will see all of you, you know what I'm saying, next Wednesday.